Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon in London and this evening in Kampala, Uganda. My name is Dr. Patrick Busenge, and best-selling author of 7 Steps to Greatness and founder of Greatness University. One of the things I do is to help people write their stories that document greatness and how those people have gone to create their best lives. This afternoon in London and this evening in Kampala, Uganda on the 12th of January 2019. I have the pleasure of talking to Aisha Tetubatya. She's a writer, she's a movie producer, she is an actress, and she's a co-author of Antonio Smith Jr. Changed Our Lives. She will be sharing with us on how Antonio Smith changed her life, and she'll be talking to us about her story in Uganda, how she's moved from moments of struggle to success. So Aisha, good evening. How are you?
Yes, Mr. Patrick. Thank you. I'm so excited. Thank you. So good evening.
Oh, thank you very much for taking the time to be with us. And, with the technology, we haven't been able to create a video recording of this, so we've resorted to audio. So can you introduce yourself to my listeners?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Patrick. My name is Aisha Tetubatya, but I use Aisha Tetubatya on Facebook. I'm 27 years old now, and I'm in film business. I joined this business like 5 years ago. I joined the industry, but it was not working out. So the reason I'm here, can't solve Mr. Patrick, is to share with you how Antonio helped me to change my life from that time up to now, because I've started doing the business seriously this year after talking to Antonio.
Wow, that is very interesting. That's exciting. So how was your life like for meeting Antonio? Because in your story, you are saying that you grew up with your mother in extreme poverty. Could you describe how your life was like growing up?
Yeah, I grew up with my mother. I grew up like a single mother. We didn't have much. She was renting. She had to struggle for her fees. We had a lot of hardships. So I grew up taking myself as like unlucky, as so I grew up with all the negativity and all the low self-esteem. I didn't believe in myself. I didn't believe I can do anything. I thought maybe since I'm in Uganda, I know it's a low developed country, I thought maybe like God has forgotten about us, and I was so depressed. But in spite of all that, I had dreams, and I was so hardworking. So we could work, we could hook vegetables, we could wash for people in the neighborhood to get some money, to get some food. So that's how I grew up with my other 4 siblings.
Wow, and that was in the city of Kampala?
Yeah, it was in one of the suburbs. It's called in Shireka, but in the city of Kampala, in those slums, And that's not easy to live in those slums when to grow in those slums when you don't have money, because everything is for buying. And we could not even, my mother's job, the kiosk she ran, could not even make like $2 in a day. So she could also go wash for some people, also go and cook some vegetables, do some housework for the neighbors to get some food. But we grew up. That's a story. Even going to school wasn't easy for us. I personally didn't go to the university, but I completed my advanced level. And my young sisters, also some of them dropped out of school because of poverty.
But one of the things that you're doing here is really showing us that you lived a very hard life at the beginning of your life, and you struggled a lot. But there has been a very...
Home, I came to town. I left my home village. I was from the village. So I came to Kampala, started looking for jobs. I tried jobs in Kampala, but they were not working out. The working conditions, the harshness of the bosses. I left that. And when I worked and they were not paying me back, some bosses in Kampala are not like loyal. So I started doing out I said I should try out something that's mine. I want to make money. I want to be an entrepreneur because that was my dream from childhood. I would say I want to work hard. I make my big company. I should run it. I should run my own business. So I always wanted to be a boss. So what I did, I started doing out some businesses. I started with hawking fruits on the streets of Kampala, but later on it had worked for 3 months. Then the city council brought out some new laws, no hooking. So I went out of that business. I was frustrated. I had to do another thing. I turned to another business. I rented a small portion in a shop, started selling shoes. But customers were not coming. And another thing, I didn't believe in myself. Everything I was trying, I was like, maybe it will not work. I'm not lucky. Like looking back of how my life has been, I can't do anything. My esteem was very low. I was so negative about everything. That made me fail. And every time I tried some business and it didn't work, like for months, I could quit and start another one. So I ended up so depressed. I was so negative. I thought everything was not going to be okay for me. I reached a time when I could not rent the house to pay the rent for the house I was living in because I was renting in Kampala. I ended up homeless. I started sleeping in friends' homes, but jumping from one job to another. So far in a period of 1 year, I had done 7 businesses, but they fell because I used to believe that maybe I have to have a lot of money to do business, and also I used to believe that when you start a business, it can boom right away. That's how I thought. So if it could not make a move for 2 months, I could quit that one and start a new business. I've sold shoes, I joined network marketing companies, clothes, I've sold food. I've done a lot of businesses, but I was not focused. So that's how my life was, and I reached a moment when I was so tired, even with my life. I was like, nothing's going to work out for me. Maybe I'm cursed. Things of that sort. I even 2 years back, I even went abroad to these Arab countries to do domestic work there, but still it failed because. But I realized something after. I just realized now. I was doing all these things looking for money, but I didn't love what I was doing, but just looking for money. So the reason why I always left those jobs, maybe because I was not enjoying it. I didn't love what I was doing. I had to discover myself. So luckily, I came back this year, January. I came back, but still I was not happy. I saw in June, that's when I met Mr. Antonio online.
Oh, yes. So before, just that's coming. But before we go to Antonio, what I'm hearing from you is that, yes, you lived in struggle, but you didn't let your struggle become your standard. You rose above your struggles and turned your struggles into strength because you had a dream.
Yes.
You had a dream to make it. You had a dream of becoming a successful entrepreneur. And one of the things that I see clearly in your story is that you did not give up. You kept trying. You said you did different businesses, but you didn't give up. You had that DNA within you of becoming an entrepreneur and making it. But as we go into Antonio, so how did Antonio come into all this mix?
So when I ended up, everything has failed. I was jobless. I didn't have a pen. I was sometimes you go on social media, especially the depressed people, go on social media to have fun, chat with some people and pretend that we are feeling okay. So in June, it was on 5th, I still remember the day, on 5th June, I was online and reading through my news feed, and I landed on Mr. Antonio's, in the news feed, there was an article, like he had written, he can make someone a millionaire, something of that kind. So when I read that, I was like, oh my God, how can this happen? So I inboxed him and I told him, Mr. Antonio, I'm interested in being a millionaire, so what should I do? He told me, yeah, I didn't say what should I do. I told him, if I'm not lucky like you, because for you live in the States, you're lucky, how can I succeed?
Yes.
He was like, no. I was surprised. He replied me immediately. I didn't imagine like a millionaire can like attend to anybody just at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I asked, so he told me, I'm not lucky.
Mm-hmm.
He told me he sets goals, he works hard. He uses the law of attraction. That's what he told me.
Yes.
But I had not in time, I had not heard about anything like the law of attraction. So I focused on the 3 he told me. He told me he reads hard, he sets massive goals, and then tries to follow them. So I told him, you know what, Mr. Antonio, me, I'm not lucky like you. I can't do that. And another thing, don't you have any other tricks? Because I was not a fan of reading. I don't read. I was not reading those books. I didn't think that like setting goals is a special deal because I didn't care about all those things. So I told him, Mr. Antonio, give me another tricks.
Yes.
He told me, no. First I'm not lucky because I also grew up homeless. He told me he grew up homeless. Then he told me I use the laws of attraction. I'm not just they are not tricks. Mm-hmm. They are real. I became so desperate, and I thought, what are those laws? Is it some sort of magic or what? Mm-hmm. So I told him, please tell me about those laws of attraction, because I'm also passionate to succeed. I also want to be a millionaire like you.
Yes.
So he sent me a link that same day. He sent me a link, and he told me to enroll for those for free. He gave me 42 hours free of the laws of attraction.
Wow.
So yeah, and immediately, since I was desperate to know what this was about, I logged in, I joined him, and immediately he started sending me those mails about those laws of attraction. I remember the first law he sent was the law of vibration. Yes. You heard about it. Yeah. So I was surprised. This was new to me. I haven't heard of anything like that. Mm-hmm. And I was like, how does it work? Can this really work? So Mr. Antonio said in one of those laws was saying, he said something. He said most of the things that happen to us is like we are responsible for them. The bad luck, the good luck, we are responsible for them. So I looked back and every time I saw myself, I was cursing myself, calling myself unlucky, saying everything can't work out. I had to take out all that negativity from me and try out this to see whether it works. Mm-hmm. In fact, I did not believe that it's going to work, but I said, let me try it out. You never know. Yes. And in just 3 months, I was following his mails one by one. He was sending me, every day he was sending me something. And slowly I started changing. I started changing my mindset. I started seeing things are possible. I started seeing I can do anything. So after 3 months, I said, you know what? There is something I want. So remember, he told us we have finding your purpose, finding something you love.
Yes.
So I said I love filmmaking. Every day I feel it's the thing that I can do happily and earn from it. So I started short-term century movies.
Wow.
So
So
right,
in
I
less
told you
than
about
3 months of
That's
meeting
my
Antonio Smith, less than 3 months meeting
yes,
Antonio Smith, your life completely
yes.
changed. You've been able
It
to set
really
up
changed.
short-time century movies, and
Yes.
what do you do in short-time century movies? Could you tell us a little bit about what you do and how we can get in touch with you?
Yeah. Yeah. So Showtime Central Movies, it's a film production company. We produce, we teach actors how to act. We carry out trainings about film. We do documentaries, we do movies, we do stage dramas. We have coaches that teach people like acting classes. So, but it has all started now. After I don't know how I can thank Mr. Antonio because I thank him every day. I don't know even how to. I don't know the right words to use because he changed my mindset completely. I'm so positive about everything now, and it's working out for me. I'm no longer sad. I'm happy.
Amazing.
I can do everything joyfully. Yeah. Yeah, because I'm not yet a millionaire, but in my heart I feel like a millionaire completely because of the mindset, and
That is
I don't know how many
lovely,
times I
because
should.
what you're saying here
Yeah.
is that the moment you change your mindset, your life changes.
Yes.
In other words, they don't remember what say
Yes.
that you become what you think. So you're
Yes.
thinking of becoming this an actress, and you become an actress. You thought about becoming a film producer, and you're now a film producer. So you
Yes,
think
I
what
am.
you think what you become what you think, and that's what you're saying. That's what how Antonio Smith helped you change your life. But as well,
Yes,
you
he
call
helped me see
him,
my mindset.
yeah, you call him your rescuer. He rescued you from where you
Yeah.
were, from the struggles, from the limited mindset, to this completely different
Yes.
world where you're applying laws of attraction and seeing they work and then scaling it
Yeah.
up. Yes.
Yes, definitely.
Wow.
And every day up to now, he has not stopped. He's still sending me those videos, the audio about, and every day I feel I'm growing more, and my mindset is so different. I'm so positive now, and that's why I can be able to do all the things I'm doing, because he helped me realize that the problem was not with how I grew up. It was not with not being with a lot of money to start the business. But my mindset couldn't let me do anything. So he helped me realize that, and I'm so grateful to him.
Wow, thank you very much for sharing this story, Aisha. It's very inspirational. It's so heart-touching as well, because not everyone has had a chance to listen to you as you speak to me now, but I'm sure that whoever listens to your story, whoever reads the story that you have published in Antonio Smith Jr. changed their lives, their lives will be touched, and they will be able to one day say thank you, Aisha, for changing our lives. So how can you help other people to make the transition from their struggle? How can you help other people turn their struggles into strength?
Pardon?
How do you help other people to turn their struggles into strength? You talked about actress, you talked about film. How do you help other people within your business, or people who say, I want to become an actress as well like you? How do you help them? I want to become a movie producer like you. How do you help them? Or how they want to become a writer or a published author like you? How do you help them?
Right. Okay, right now what I do, I tell them what Mr. Taylor told me. First, I talk to them. First of all, I have to change their mindset, because most of the people fail to do what they have to do because of the mindset. They think they can't do it. So I also tend to doing what Mr. Antonio do. I read books and share with them. There is this book, Think and Grow Rich. There is this book I read, How to Influence People, How and Make Friends. There are those books that bring in the positivity. So I talk to them. I read those books. I share them with them. I talk to them. I show them how everything can. There is nothing that can't be done if you have the positivity. So
Yes.
I talk to them. And most of, in my group, I have people I'm working with. We are like 15, but we have days that we sit and I counsel them. We get this, we have inspirational classes. I also write for them some stories, tell them inspirational stories, and try to change their mindsets. And I know it can work.
Yes. Thank you very much.
That's what I do for them.
Thank you, Aisha. Thank you. So how do you help people, entrepreneurs like me, when I, for example, want to create a documentary about my business? How do you help me? How can we get in touch with you? What are the things you can do for businesses in terms of music production or film production?
Right now, I can write for you. If like you need to document your business, we connect. You tell me about your business. You tell me what you want people know about your business. If right now I can't travel abroad, but we can always do it online for now. Since I'm still developing, I'm still new in business. But we can always find means. The technology can help us, and we do everything. If you need some coaching, like for acting, you need some inspirational talk, we can do that for you. We can counsel. We do counseling. We do production. If you can connect with us and maybe come this way for now, we can do it for you. Yeah.
Okay. So how can we get in touch with you? How can we connect with you?
Okay. I'm on my email. My email is aishanamaweji1@gmail.com. You can always send me an email. It's aishanamaweji1. Don't forget the 1 at gmail.com. aishanamaweji1@gmail.com. Then my number is +256 785 794684, and I'm also on Facebook. My name is from on Facebook. It's Aisha Tetubatya. I also have an inspirational page for just inspiration. It's called Tetubatya Concerns. And I also have another page for movies. It's called Watch Me. That's where I put my work and everything I do film-wise. So that's how you can connect with me.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Aisha, for sharing your story. Thank you very much for being a leading light, in a way, looking at the struggles you've gone through and the success that you're creating. You've made great moves in life and towards creating your best life. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. In case you've just joined us, talking to Aisha Tetubatya live from Uganda. Yes, Aisha?
Okay. Yeah, I want to say something, like to everyone listening in, to never give up and never to lose yourself, because the moment you lose yourself, you lose everything. Nothing will be successful for you. So you should work so hard never to lose yourself. Believe in yourself, be persistent, don't give up in every struggle. If something fails, do it again. If you can't do it again, then try something to do. Don't just give up and say, I'm done. This is over for me. I should go, maybe drink myself to death, maybe commit suicide, maybe do this. Never give up. Always stand up.
Oh, thank you very much for that. Never give up attitude. Don't never give up attitude in life, because most people fail in life because they give up. People fail in life because they don't want to go beyond, go through the struggle. They don't want to go through the darkness to be able to see the light of the day.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is
on the bright side.
So what you're saying is we need to keep moving keep focused
Yeah,
on our
keep
goals,
moving.
focused on our dreams.
Yeah, use your hardships as your struggle. I mean, turn them into your strength. The
Yes.
hardships, turn them into your strength. Let them strengthen you. Let them make you very well to succeed.
True.
I should be so grateful to you too, Mr. Patrick, because if it wasn't for you, maybe I wouldn't reach to this. I wouldn't have a way to thank Antonio to share with the world my story. Thank you so very much too.
Well, welcome, Aisha. I'm looking forward to doing a face-to-face interview with you, hopefully in Uganda. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's okay. You'll be very welcome.
Yes.
Yeah, you'll be very welcome.
Thank you, Aisha, and have a great evening in Kampala, ladies and gentlemen. In case you've been listening to us, my name is Dr. Patrick Singh, a best-selling author and founder of Greatness University. I've been talking to Aisha Tetubatya. Aisha is an actress. Aisha is an author, and Aisha is a movie producer. And she's one of those people who have gone through struggles and turned her struggles into strength. Aisha has not let her struggles become her standard, but she's risen above her struggles and gone on to create her best life. So thank you, Aisha, and have a great evening in Kampala.
You're very welcome, Mr. Patrick. Thank you so much. Say thank you to Antonio for me. Give him a hug for me.
You will. Thank you.
And I'm looking forward to meeting him one day.
Definitely. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah. Thank my rescuer.
True. Thanks.